Who's he?
Kentman!
He's not important!
Okay. Hello, gamers and collectors. It's your boy Kentman, bringing you that JRPG and fan service content you deserve. And earlier this week, I did a Switch video for games you should pick up for your Black Friday pickups. Now I'm going to do the same thing for PlayStation 5 and /4. And I wasn't really going to do this at first because, you know, if you're part of the fan service community, you already know Sony doesn't like fan service or JRPGs or any sexiness when it comes to Japanese or other country games. But, you know, I do play on PlayStation mainly, and there is still some good PlayStation games that do have some fan service in it, so I decided why not. So here we are, some games that you can buy for Black Friday, being today, for your pickups. So let's get into it. So the first game we are going to talk about is Baldur's Gate 3. Now, I haven't personally played Baldur's Gate 3, but it is a great RPG and you get to fuck a bear. So what's more fan service than that? I mean, I don't really think I need to elaborate any more than that. It goes from a $60.99 price tag to a $55.99 price tag, and I think it's pretty good. It has a lot of different routes that you can take on what you want to do in the game is pretty much up to you. You have a sexy vampire guy that you may or may want to fuck, and all these other characters that you want to fuck. If you wanted to rob someone's clothes right off their person in the beginning of the game, you could. It might have grave consequences later, but you could. So Baldur's Gate 3 is the first game that you should pick up. Next, moving into Code Vein Deluxe Edition, going from a $80 price tag to a $11.99 price tag. This is pretty much a Souls-like game. Not really that great when it comes to the combat per se. It does have some decent enemies and different explorations. It does pay homage to a Souls-like game. It does have some jing to it, but it is not the best when it comes to it, but it is better than Scarlet Nexus, at least to me. So I would definitely recommend this game if you haven't tried it out and you like Souls game and you like anime and you like fan service, because the first character you get introduced to is this girl right here who is booty titty-licious and got thighs, and the more you play the game you interact with her more, and you get to interact with a lot of beautiful booties in this game. So I would highly recommend trying this out if you haven't. Plus, the deluxe edition is on sale right now for Black Friday, so you might as well check it out. Next, my favorite game of the year is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. My favorite game entirely, and I'm going to recommend this game oh so well. I mean, it'd be hard for me not to be talking about a PlayStation 5 video and not be recommending Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, if you haven't played the first one, which is Remake, I feels like you should, but I feels like you have by now. It's been about, I don't know, 3 years since that game's been out. So you definitely should have played that one by now. And you should definitely play this one if you haven't. You get to play as Zack, Tifa, Barret, Aerith, Zack, sort of, and Sephiroth, sort of, and it's a beautiful, amazing time. Sexiness, great action, great storytelling, Game of the Year nominee, hopefully wins, and a bunch of other things. It's a great, amazing time. You will have so many things you could do. Sure, sometimes you have certain things that's not really all that great about the game, mostly like the chocobo flying parts and certain dungeons with Kate Sif, but other than that, great, amazing characters, great character. I said characters twice because I love this game. I spent a whole plus hours on this game, and I'd do it again if I could. I wish I could erase my memory and play this game all over again because it's that good. Plus, if you have a PlayStation 5 Pro, it has the best optimization for the PlayStation 5 Pro. And one of the reasons why I was going to consider buying a PlayStation 5 Pro for this game particularly, and Stellar Blade. But, you know, $700 just for 2 updates is just crazy. Crazy. But either way, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, definitely a prime pick for this list goes from $70 to a $41.99 price tag. Steal. Honestly, a steal. So definitely jump on it. Next is an underrated gem if you haven't played it. It's a turn-based fighting RPG that has an amazing animation style to it, voice acting, different amounts of characters that you can collect in the game, and each button controls a different character within the game. Invisible is such a great game. It kind of reminds you of Shantae, but like a newer Shantae, but mixes in with some Suikoden kind of elements where you can recruit different kinds of characters, and there's certain ways that you have to recruit certain characters in the game. And they also have a DLC that's $3.99 right now. So this goes from a $40 price tag to a $5.99 price tag. If you haven't bought this game yet, or played this game, or heard anything about it, I highly recommend it. If anything on this list, this game I highly recommend. You will have an amazing time. Has some great, amazing characters, some amazing fan service, and just an overall really great game. I promise you, you will enjoy this game a lot. Moving into the next game is, do I even really need to explain Nier Automata to my fan service community? But if you haven't played this game, what are you doing? Nier Automata 2B stands for too much booty. An amazing story with so many different outcomes that you could possibly have. You have so many great combat, weapons, characters, story. Phenomenal. I mean, 2B is practically in every single game. You name it, she's there waiting for you to love. And, you know, she teamed up with Stellar Blade, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And this is the Game of the Year edition, goes from a $40 price tag to a $15.99 price tag. And this comes with all the DLC. And it is an amazing game. Hours worth of fun, hours worth of content, and you'll just enjoy it from years and years and years. I mean, hopefully we do get another 2B game, but I mean practically 2B's in everything. Soul Calibur, Stellar Blade, Nikke, Blaze Blue. She's practically everywhere, and it's all canon compared to the director of Nier Automata. But hey, definitely jump on it. I mean, she's practically like the queen, not the queen, but like the general of the fan service community right now. So definitely jump on it if you haven't done so before. Next, we got Persona 5 Royal. Now, again, another game I don't really have to explain to people what Persona 5 is, because it's already been shoved down your throat a lot of times already. But, you know, it doesn't take away from what Persona 5 Royal is. It is an amazing, fantastic game. Beautiful music, beautiful locations, beautiful characters. Joker, you got An, who is super sexy, who's being covered up. You got Queen over here, and a bunch of other characters. And then they add a lot of new, brand new character, which is Kasumi. And you can have an amazing experience with Persona 5 Royal. Definitely recommend it. Goes from a $60 price tag to a $23.99 price tag. Hours worth of content. I mean, if you know Atlas games, they're going to take you a long time to get through, but in the end, it is really worth it. Really worth it. If you have a year to sit down and play some Persona 5 Royal, that's a joke, by the way. You should definitely try this game out and play it, because it is a fantastic game. And probably the best game that you could possibly play for fan service games right now on PlayStation 5 is Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade has set the roadmap for all future games to come forward with how sexy, great, amazing, and quality a game could be. Now, when it comes to the story, Stellar Blade is not the strongest. I'm going to be honest. It's not the strongest. It is not something new. It is just a fish out of water story with some decent voice acting, some decent, you know, story mocaps that happen and stuff. But the game itself, it's stellar. No puns intended. Eve is super sexy. Shift Up be making this game, updating this game to meet the fan service needs of everyone, and it is apparent that you play this game. Great combat, great just gameplay in general, just satisfying blocking mechanic, Souls-like elements, and Eve again is super sexy. And they updated the game to where you can now enjoy Eve in beautiful 4K, 180 frames per second. No, higher than that now with the PlayStation 5 Pro. And it's jiggling everywhere, and it's gorgeous, and it's amazing, and it's just an alright, amazing game. I promise you will enjoy it. They have outfits galore. That's like their main thing for Eve, to make her look so beautiful in every single outfit. Sure, a few of them got censored, but I promise you, once you play the game and unlock other outfits for Eve, you will forget about those stupid outfits. Because there's so many other great outfits and great things about Stellar Blade that you won't even care about that. Especially with the Stellar Blade Nier Automata DLC crossover happening that just happened recently. Those outfits look sexy, so you can dress up as 2B in fucking Stellar Blade and more. Do I really need to sling Stellar Blade to you guys? No, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Definitely grab it. It goes from a $70 price tag to a $49, $69. I see what they did there. Shift Up is slick, but just for this alone, grab this game. Cause you know why they put that price there. You know exactly why they put that price there. Shift Up. I'm on to you guys. In my Switch Top 5 Black Friday video, I made a sin that I didn't include Tomb Raider in that video. And I'm repenting for that sin right now. Because Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, the original classic games, is the queen of fan service. She is literally what started fan service games to everything now. And it was kind of reckless of me not to include that. Because the original 1, 2, and 3 remasters of Tomb Raider is amazing. Amazing. I mean, obviously they were classic games back then. Now they're remastered for the brand new consoles for PC, PS5, Xbox, Switch, and they're great games. They add in so many optimizations for the game for like modern controls if you choose to do so. But you also can use tank controls. They make Lara Croft and the environments look so stunning. It's almost just crazy how much they was able to go in and change this game for the better. And then they have the new one coming out for Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6 trilogy coming out as a remaster as well too. So seems like the perfect time to grab these if you haven't done so. Like, I mean, it's crazy for you not to. It goes from a $29.99 price tag to a $24.49 price tag. I think it's a better deal on the Switch actually though, but let me cross check that. Okay, no, it's the same price on the eShop as well. So you get a 25% off discount is the same for this one as well. So it's pretty much the same, but on Amazon you get a 17% off. So it's actually kind of better to get it digitally, but I would recommend getting it physically because you get it 17% off at all your physical locations from GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart, and all that. And they have a 17% off going to $24.99. I know this is a PlayStation video, but you know, it's practically the same game. So I would recommend physical if you haven't done so before. But if you don't, you can still grab this beautiful collection as well. So there's that. And the last games we are going to recommend for this video is Ys 8 and 9. Now, I would recommend 8 more than 9. Not saying 9 is a bad game. I think graphically and gameplay wise, this game is a better game. However, I feel like story wise and just location wise, this game is a much better game. I think I enjoyed the characters in Ys 8 more, as well as you get to explore this giant ass island that you're just trapped on, that you're trying to find a way off the island. And you're also dealing with flashbacks that's kind of like time travel, but not time travel. And you're exploring this island and you have these giant beasts that's haunting you or searching you, and they're super strong, and they are in the shadows that you could fight them, but they'll fuck you up if you don't. Has some great fan service, and it's an amazing game. I mean, I love Yeast. I've been playing Yeast 10. I've been playing Yeast 8 to prepare for this, and I haven't been able to finish it because Yeast 10 is out now. And I will be going to go play Yeast 9 again for the channel because it's an amazing game. So if you haven't done so before, definitely. I mean, Trials is also on sale as well, all the Legends of Heroes games. However, I've never played any of the Legends of Hero games, so I can't really recommend them confidently to say like they're great and they have fan service in them, which I'm assuming they are because it's from Falcom. It's the same company, and they would have the same type of quality in those games as they do Yeast, but I've only played the Yeast games, so I would recommend those over that. But I mean, either one you can go with either way. But this goes from a $40 price tag to a $19.99 price tag. $20 is a great price for this game, for the amount of stuff you get to do in this game. And the cool thing is these games have demos, so you can try them out before you buy them, and if you are enjoying them, then buy them. So I would recommend that first, is try the demo first. Same with Yeast 9 and Yeast 10. You can try all the demos out before you play the actual game. I know that Yeast 10 actually leads into the actual game. So you play Yeast 10 and you can lead, and you play the real game, you'll be able to transfer your save data to that. The only thing with Yeast 10's demo is that you won't be able to collect trophies if you do decide to do that. So that's something to keep in mind. But either way, amazing games, amazing amount of fan service in all these games, and I feels like they're hours worth of fun. But there's so many different games that you can get for Black Friday, but those are the ones I recommend. Like Metaphor is also a game that I would recommend, but I'm still technically in the beginning parts of Metaphor because I'm still playing it because I mean, it's a long fucking game, but it is a beautiful game, and it's on sale right now from a $70 price tag to a $52.49, which is not the greatest deal, honestly, but it is cheaper than what it is. But I would kind of, if you haven't bought this yet, then I would wait on this and worry about everything else, because there's so many other games that you could possibly play before you play Metaphor, especially because you know, being Atlas, that there's going to be another version that comes out with more content and DLC and stuff. So you might as well wait for Metaphor if you haven't bought it already, because you can wait, honestly. But there's so many games in this list of Black Friday deals that you could possibly get, but these are the ones that I would recommend you pick up for Black Friday. But that is going to do it for this video. If there was a game that I missed or something I didn't talk about for fan service or JRPGs on the PlayStation 5, let me know down in the comments down below. But if you found any of these games helpful, then you should hit the like button and subscribe. It's only required, you know? I don't make the rules, it's just required. If you managed to buy any one of these games or found any one of these games helpful, then you should definitely hit the like button, subscribe, because I am trying to hit 10K by the end of the year, and with your help and support, I could definitely do that. And with that being said, my name is Kentman, and I will see you in the next video next time. Bye me.